I'm your host, Ryan Z. Gill, aka Ryan, aka Girl Ryan. Just know that the girls aren't claiming to be broke, and I refuse to ever refer to myself as broke. But listen, I'm a creative, a fashion entrepreneur, and sometimes life just be lifing. First and foremost, thank you all so much for tuning in. Please take this moment to like and subscribe to our channel right now. Today, I want to introduce you all to a West African baddie, okay? She's a model, a travel consultant, influencer. You already know her as Miss Enjoyment, or Miss Ohwusu on IG.
Yes.
But yeah, without further ado, I'll let her go ahead and introduce herself. Yes.
Hey y'all, so like she said, my name is Destiny. Everyone knows me as Destiny Ohwusu. That's my government name, but everyone knows me on social media as Ohwusu or Miss Enjoyment.
Yes.
I love to have a good time. Life is about enjoying new things. I'm really big on living your day as if it was your last. That's why I kind of exude off my social media platform. And just me in general, my friends, they know that I'm just positive energy all the time.
Yes, I love your energy.
Thank you.
So we are currently in Brooklyn. So I know you're not from Brooklyn. You're from the DMV area,
Yes.
Virginia. So what made you want to actually move to New York City?
Yeah. I know. Honestly, I was a model at the time, and I really was tired of just going back and forth to castings and last minute, hey, can you come to New York real quick?
Okay.
It's no, now I gotta take the bus. It was very hard. So one day I was just I might just take a leap of faith and just literally move to New York. So I quit my job, put my 2 weeks in, and just went out there. I didn't have a job lined up. I didn't have money saved up. When I say I just came out there off some God just gonna look out, that's what I did. And literally 6 years later, I'm still here. So
that's a lot of people's story. When you move to New York, you usually don't have anything lined up.
I don't know how I'm still here. This time I'm just wow, thanking God that I'm still here, because New York is very hard to live here. It's very expensive. It's really hustle and bustle. And I just thank God every day that I'm still here, living here. It's a very easy route to just I'm about to just go back home. And I didn't want to do that. My dad was just if you're struggling, you can always come home. But it's just no, I need to learn how to be a grown up and just figure shit out.
Yes. Yeah. And you did.
Yeah.
And you did that.
Thanks for it.
So how did you get, and so you were modeling, and at the time when you moved here, were you heavy on the social media or
Yeah, I feel I've always been heavy on social media. Just taking it back to MySpace days and Black Planet. I was a social media girl. I just love online stuff. So I already had a nice following coming to New York and stuff like that. So I already had people already living in New York. So I wasn't coming out here where I didn't know anyone.
Right.
My best friend was already here. T was already here. I had a few of my friends that were already here. So I stayed on a few people's couches for a couple of months.
It'd be like that. Yeah.
And I shout out to them for letting me do that while I just kind of stacked up until I got to be in my own apartment and stuff like that. But yeah, I had a social media presence. I was already modeling at the time. So everyone knew me as a model. And I think traveling back and forth to New York so much, I grew a little community in New York already. Because I was going to Afro Punk Festival. So I met people. So when I moved out here, it's I already had a community, but it's still scary because most of my friends that I grew up with for a decade were in the DMV.
Yeah.
So it was hard for me to adjust for the first 2 years.
Yeah.
Kind of hated it. It's just I miss my friends a lot.
Yeah.
I was just I don't know if I could do this. But I feel once I broke the 2 years, I was ooh, New York is home. It's lit.
Once you got your foot in,
got settled.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Community is very important.
Yes.
I feel I tell people that all the time, especially here in New York City, you can really feel lonely.
Lonely and depressed.
Yes.
And you don't have solid people in your life. It doesn't gotta be a big group. Just solid people in your life. I just feel it makes your experience in New York better when you have those type of friendships.
Or anywhere.
Yeah.
Because we are supposed to have each other. We come from tribes and communities where we always are leaning on each other. But I think just sometimes in the way that the world is set up now, everybody feels they gotta make it on their own or get it by themselves. But why?
You can have people to help you.
Exactly.
Push you to do great and more opportunities. That's what we need.
So I want to touch back on what you said about like your transition when you were moving here, you kind of like leaned into your community and you kind of like were like, you know, staying with friends and things like that. And that's like a transitional phase that I would say, like a brokish phase, you know? Because it's kind of like, you can kind of get discouraged if you don't really have that confidence in yourself to know like everything's going to work out. Yeah. So like, what kind of inspired you, or what kind of like made you consistent to like just push through and have perseverance and like keep going?
I'm really big on faith, and prior to moving to New York, I just kept getting signs like you need to move there. Like it was just like God telling me like you just need to go now. Because I always had like I'm gonna move to New York, and then years go by, and I didn't. I'm still in the DMV. I'm still in Virginia. So it was just this 1 year where I just kept seeing signs of like, you don't need to be here anymore. You have grown the DMV. I started feeling like very bored, like why am I here? Like I need more. So once I got to New York, I was really struggling because it's just like, this is my first time being on my own, and like I have to save money. Because when I was living with my dad, like I wasn't paying no rent to pay my phone bill, and that was it. So now I have like, I gotta save money to put first month's rent and and pay. I'm just like, can I do this? Like, it was hard, but I'm like, you know what? I came here for a reason, and I'm a person that doesn't give up. I feel like, you know, we have to go through our trials and tribulations, but at the end of the day, God's gonna show you the light, like it was worth it.
Yes.
So I just always prayed up on it, you know, and I talked to my friends a lot about what I was going through. Like, I'm just stressed, I know I'm gonna find a place. They're like, no, you got it, you got it. And I'm a very like, you know what? Let me get through this. So every day I'm just looking for places. And then I landed a good little job. I was working in a dental office. So, you know, things were looking up. And I'm like, you know, I just put it where I was like, all right, Destiny, just save up, you know, make sure that you're not going out too much, or if you're going out, you're not paying. Period. You know, like, I was like, I need to make sure I secure a spot. And when I am determined about something, I'm determined. Yes. When I have a goal, and my goal is to get a place. So I was on my friends' couches for like 2 months. And then I finally found a place, like, I came to New York in September. And then I finally found a place in November, and it was like a smooth little sailing.
Yes,
yeah, but it was a struggle though. I was crying days, you know, like I don't know if I can do this. I need to go back home, but I stuck it out.
And that's why I emphasize the brokish part, because it's like we all go through those periods. We all go through those moments of struggle. Yeah. And then it's just kind of like the consistency that you put in, and you know, just the motivation to just keep going, like,
and no one sees that. I feel like on social media, we all just see the great things of what goes on in everyone's life. We don't talk about the struggles, or we don't show.
No.
So, you know, like, it's just like everyone's real life people. We're humans. We go through things.
We all go through things.
Everything is not glitz and glamour, you know. So
like, I got here because I put the work in.
I wasn't just sitting in my butt, just got a hand to me. You had to work.
No. And it's just like the fact. Also, that your dad was like, listen, you know you don't have to do this.
Like, he was like, you come back home, I'm a daddy's girl, so he probably was just like, girl, just come home. I'm like, no, what am I going to do at home? Like, what am I going to do? I already quit my job. Like, what am I, you know, I didn't want to backtrack. I didn't want to do that. So.
You had to figure it out. And you did. Shout out to you.
Thanks.
So when did you transition your career from modeling into, like, travel consulting? Yeah.
The pandemic.
Okay.
So
listen, everybody.
The pandemic, everyone be like, hold on, what I'm doing in life? Like, you know, me being in the modeling industry, I've done it for so long independently, so that was really hard. I wasn't with no agency. So when the pandemic hit, and it's just like everything stopped. You're not getting no castings. You're not getting no gigs. I was like, I can't rely on this as a career. You know, I don't want to be sitting waiting on my opportunity. Like, I need to find something else that I actually enjoy doing. And a friend of mine was just like, you need to really like emphasize and like get on your travel stuff. Like, you already are a planner. You know, you travel already for leisure. I think you should do something about it.
So you were already like doing.
Yeah, I was already traveling. Okay. I was traveling with my friend. That was just for fun though. I never thought of it in a more bigger aspect. Yeah. So when I was like, you know what? You're right. So I literally, like, when I have an idea, I just do it. I'm not about to sit on it. So I was just like, all right,
that's
boom.
The best. That's
you can't sit
all
on
the
it.
ideas.
You gotta just do it right then and there.
Were you like writing it down as it was coming to you, or like?
Like, I do set goals and write it down. I feel like when it's in your face, you just have to do it. So I always have notes, and I'm like, all right, you know, make a website for Destination. That's what I call it. Because my name is Destiny. So make a website for Destinations. And I already had a second page.
Sounds so good.
Right? Like, ooh, I love that. So I already had a second page. It was like my backup page. So I just turned that over and made it to my travel page.
So So you weren't already in the influencer
No, like I knew about it, I heard of it, but I just didn't see myself as an influencer, I guess. You know? Like, so once I really like did my research, I'm like, oh, I want to be like an influencer, content creator. And that's when I started doing like, all right, I want to start traveling for free. How can I do it? How are the girls doing it? Like, what I need to do to get me a bag. And then I just started like, you know, I already travel a lot.
Yeah.
So my first time really, I guess, putting myself out there as an influencer, I remember I was dating someone at the time, we were going to New Orleans. And I'm like, I want to like see if we could just make sure we are cost effective. Let me see if I can get some free stays for us. Like, I got a following. I made a list of hotels that I wanted to stay in New Orleans. And I just started reaching out to hotels, like making a pitch of myself. And like, hey, I'm an influencer. I would love to stay at, you know, at your hotel for a day or two. Like, you know, I do this, I do that. Attach my Instagram page. And then the hotels were like, great, we'll have you. I was like,
just like that?
Like, what?
If that's not alignment, then I don't know what the fuck.
Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I just said I'm gonna do my own little email pitch and just see where it goes. So from there, that's when it took off of like the travel influencing for me. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. And so even with that too, you now are consulting with the. So what does that look like?
So my actual destinations is actual. Like I'm a travel consultant. So I help people plan their trips from A to Z. So and when you go to my website, there's different little options of what you can pick, what you want from me.
Yes.
But I help with accommodations, whether it's Airbnbs, resorts, hotels. I help find you restaurants, bars, activities.
Yes.
And if you want the whole shebang, where you know what, I want you to do it all. I do a whole detailed itinerary where it's just like, I'll put like every day you're doing this, you're doing that. I make the reservations for the restaurants and stuff like that. Only thing I don't help with is like flights. And I also do like transportation. If you do transportation and stuff like that, I help with that as well.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So did you ever see this for yourself? Like,
no, I don't think I did.
No.
Like it was always like, my life is so crazy because it's like, at first when I was like, before even modeling, I thought I was going to be like a pediatrician. You know, that was always in my head when I grew up. And then I was like, scratch that, it's not for me. Then modeling came and it was like, okay, this is it. I always thought modeling was going to be my it thing forever. And then it's just like, no, focus on what you actually love to do. And when I sat and thought about that and realized like also when I post on social media, I get more authentic engagement when I travel and do fun things. I realized like everyone can't relate to a model. You know, to me, I think on my page it got redundant. Like, okay, the pictures are great, but like everyone can't relate to a model and what she does in the fashion world. But it's just like when I started posting like me traveling and where I'm traveling to and where I'm eating and like people were like, oh my God, I want to go here. Where is this? I got more engagement like that and just being my authentic self. When I was a model, I think I was in my head of like how my page should look. Once I just didn't care, so I'm just gonna post whatever. Yeah. That's when like my page just started looking like me. Yeah. And that's where I got really my nickname of like Miss Enjoyment.
Miss Enjoyment. Yeah. So I think that is a key thing when you were saying like when you just didn't care. Yeah. Like what does that look like to just not really care?
Like don't think on it. Don't stress on everything. Yeah. Just like post it, girl. Don't sit on here thinking, what if it doesn't do well? If it doesn't do well, girl, who cares? Like highlights. Look at highlights now. Yeah. I think everyone's doing it now. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Like I used to really just sit and just stress myself out about posting things. Or like, what people think about posting this is just like, just be yourself. Yeah. I think you get more authentic people following you when you are. And when I stopped overthinking things, I think that's when everything just started like coming together. So now I just post whatever I want. One day I might post me traveling. One day I might post me and my girls having a good time. One day I might post me just venting about dating. Like, you know, like, I don't know, it's just like, don't sit and think on it. Just post. Have a good time with your platform.
And I'm sure that relates into like your daily, day-to-day outside social, right?
Like, what I do, I literally enjoy it. I'm not a person on social media where it's just like, it's really calculated and I gotta post this and post that. Like, what you see is really what you get. I'm really enjoying life with my friends. Like, it's not for fake. Like, we go out, we be out going having the time. We have our girls' nights, and we have a great time. Like, it's not to be fake or anything like that. Like, I truly enjoy my time with my friends and stuff like that. And I think it shows that on my platform as well. So.
Yeah, it definitely does. For most people, I guess, traveling sometimes can be like very intimidating, especially if you're like doing a solo trip or like just like being a woman of color.
Right.
Or just any person of color, you know? Have you had any of those type of experiences?
So I've never really traveled solo.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to, it's a bucket list of mine, but I am scared to travel solo because, like, you know, when you're out, especially as a woman, like, you know, we always look good.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're a target. I feel like men kind of know that you're by yourself sometimes. Like, I haven't been in that predicament yet.
Okay.
I mean, I've done like solo like for one day and then my friend comes the next night.
Yeah.
And when I've done that, I felt very great. Like, I'm like, maybe I could do this for a couple of days, but then I don't know. I like being on my friends and just having company. I don't know. I feel like I might get bored after a while.
Cause you're social.
Yeah, I'm social, so I'm just like, I don't know how it would be, but it's a bucket list thing that I want to solo travel. Yeah.
You know, like, I feel like some people may want to travel, but they have just certain insecurities of like, you know, fearful, or just being fearful.
Okay,
of like,
I hear that a lot. People always talk about online, like, oh, don't go to this country. It's this. They're doing this right now. I don't listen to no outside opinions. I think everyone needs to travel and get their own experience.
Yes.
I traveled to so many countries and I've never had bad experiences.
Exactly.
But I think it's just common sense when you go to countries, research the country you're going to. People be going to Dubai doing things. It's just like, did you not know the rules? Like, we see on the news how people go places and they break the rules and they get locked up. It's like there's certain things that you have to know about certain countries, and you gotta like respect their laws. So when I go places, I'm not about to do the out of the ordinary that you wouldn't do in America. Like, I like to be around the culture. I want to go to where the party's at.
Yeah.
And where the turn up at? You know, let me go sit on the side of the street talking to locals. Like, I want to enjoy that. So if you want to be like that, I always just say go with a local. Most of the time, I find like the driver will be very like nice to be like, oh, you should go here, you should go here. If you have an Airbnb, ask your host where to go, or have them see if someone can go with you.
Yeah.
Or when you're in a hotel, ask the people that are working there. I think that's the best way to kind of know where to go. And most of the time, when you're a traveler and you want to ask like where to go to have fun, they will tell you like, oh, go here, or you know what, maybe I'll take you tonight. Like, they're very open to taking. Like, I went to Brazil, and the bartender was like, we need to go here tonight. Yes. And we're like, where? He's like, it's fun, it's not dangerous, and we went and had a time.
Yes.
So just like, always ask the locals.
Yeah.
Where to go, and they'll tell you what's dangerous. They'll tell you where to go. That's like, you might need a local to take you there.
Yeah.
But don't just try to like figure out yourself and just explore. That's when you get into trouble.
Yeah.
You know,
I never know what you're doing.
I've never had like a crazy, scary experience. I think I'm just like street smart. You're just not gonna do things that you wouldn't do in America. You know,
One travel experience I did have in Colombia, and this was my second time with the same group.
Yeah.
And you know, the locals know who the tourists are.
Yes.
Especially if you spending money
and you look like it.
Yeah, you look like you a tourist and you spending money like you an American. You know, and now you drinking, you tipsy. So we were like having a ball at the restaurant, like ordering so much food. I just felt I got sick because we was just ordering so much food. The food was amazing. Like, they had this like rotisserie chicken. It was just like, I dream about this chicken to this day. Girl, it was so good. And so like they had like somebody performing as like Michael Jackson. So we were like lit at this point. We were like tipping him, you know?
Lit.
So I think like one of the locals like followed us, like were like following us. Like, they saw like, okay, these girls spending money, and then we ended up separating. Like, one group went to the bar and then another group went back to the Airbnb.
Okay.
Child, we walked back to the Airbnb and one of my friends got robbed. Like, came up to her, snatched her necklaces off.
What?
Crazy. And that was like the first time I had experienced anything like
y'all
that.
As y'all were walking up to the Airbnb,
as we were walking,
just came and grabbed her.
I didn't even see. Like, she was like a couple of feet ahead. There was somebody in the middle, and I was in the back. And this was like during their like Independence Day, so they were going around spraying foam and stuff. Like, and so when they snatched her chain, they sprayed her, snatched her chain. She couldn't even see. They had sprayed me before they had sprayed her. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? I look up, I see her running after the guy. And I'm like, yo, what happened? It happened so fast.
Ooh.
Crazy.
That's one thing I've heard that I'm learning. Like, if you are traveling as an American going anywhere, like, don't look too flashy.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta kind of blend in. Because when they see you wearing all these, like, designer stuff, or you just pull up to your Airbnb with all this, like, luxury designer like suitcases and bags, you're an easy target.
Yeah.
Another is okay. I had one instance where it was like kind of I guess scary.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you heard, but Tulum has been they've been having a lot of people like getting robbed in Airbnbs.
I didn't hear that.
So Tulum is like cartel central. Like,
and I've been a couple of times.
Yeah, I went once, but I didn't know that the Tulum is just like, cartel.
Wow.
Right. So, I went to Tulum during the pandemic with my friends. We got an Airbnb, cute. One thing is our Airbnb was like hidden. So like it was on a road, but you wouldn't see. You have to go through like greenery and it's behind.
It's jungle like
it's behind the greenery. So we were like, what the hell? This is a little fishy. Like, we wouldn't know there was a house back there. We're like, okay, cool. The first day we got in, we had a key for the house. My bro had the key put on the table. We're getting ready to go out for our first night, and we're all getting ready. He's like, where's the key? I'm like, I haven't seen the key. Like, we haven't done much for the key to disappear. So we're like going through all the rooms, like, where's the key? Where's the key? He's like, Destiny, I swear I put the key right on this table.
I hate when I know I put
and I'm
somewhere.
just like, I don't know where, but we're running like a reservation. Like, look, let's just leave. Like, we're good. We'll just tell the host that, we can't find the key, da-da-da-da. So we just kind of left it at that. Still trying to figure out where the key is. The next morning, we see the key up there.
It just pops up.
And we're just like,
it pops up.
He's like, bruh, like, this is weird. Then later on that day, we're in the pool, just hanging out in the pool. Someone walks in. It's one of the people that I guess works there, like, like the maintenance. But we were like, hey, like, why are you here? He's like, oh, he didn't speak English. He's like, oh, I'm just like, cleaning. We're like, well, we need to like knock. You can't just come in. So at that point, we were just like, this is weird. I didn't realize until after the trip, like, I think the people that work in the house took the key. But I think once they realized that we were with a man, like, it was me, my best friend, and him. I think once they realized that we were with a man, they never just came back. I feel like if it was just us, girls, they probably would have robbed us.
You gotta be careful.
And that was like a scary moment for me. Like, thank God we were with a man. What if we weren't? So it's just like now, if I'm doing an Airbnb, I need it to be right where everything is. Not hidden in no greenery. I need pictures. I need to ask the host, where is this house located? Like, little things now, because that's scary. Like,
it is scary.
What?
Yeah, that's wild.
So,
that's the fact that the key was gone and then it came back magically.
Like, what's going on?
Like, so yeah, you've done quite a bit of traveling.
Yes.
Like, how often are you traveling? Like,
lately, it's been like once a month. I try. I don't know how, y'all, because I'm not rich, baby. Sometimes I just be like, I'll figure it out. Yeah, but I've been trying to do once a month. I think, like, for me, that's like really like what makes me happy. And looking forward to traveling. Like, I'm about to go on a trip. It's makes me excited. So I try once a month, but ideally it's hard. Traveling is still expensive. So, but this year it's been like once a month, whether it's domestic, international, just been somewhere I'm going really cute. Even if it's a vacation, I feel like that's still traveling to me.
So out of all the places you've been, what has been your favorite spot so far?
I think my number one is gonna be Ghana. That's where I'm from. I think for me the reason why it's number one is because I've only been to Ghana twice when I was younger.
Okay. And
then my first time as an adult was 2 years ago. So I haven't been that many times. Like it's only been 3 times my whole life. So when you go as a child, it's so much different when you're an adult. So I think I really appreciated it more, the culture, and then seeing my family. Like I haven't seen my family in a decade. So I saw my grandmother that I hadn't seen since. My grandmother did stay with me, my siblings, for a couple of years to take care of us. But that was like years ago. So seeing my grandmother again, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, like just seeing my family, that like brought me so much joy. Eating the food that I love, African. I just really felt at home.
Yeah.
And usually when I travel, after 4 days, I'm ready to go home. Like I'm over it. I was there for almost a month, and I wanted to stay longer.
That's not a trip that you can just go and turn around. You
gotta be there for at least a couple of weeks.
Yeah, turn up.
Right? Turn up.
So that party that we went to in Queens, was your friend? Was he Ghanaian?
So he's Nigerian.
Oh.
But it's still the same thing. They turn it up. Like and 4 isn't even crazy. In Ghana, you're partying till like 8, 9 a.m.
Wow. Obviously. You be up.
No, so the thing with Ghana is like, all right, since you're up all night, everyone's sleeping throughout the day.
Okay, so
and then you go out, you eat some food because you need to eat, have some lunch, and then like I remember being Sierra, like we slept until like almost midnight, and we started getting ready. We didn't go out till like we weren't going out till like midnight, 1 a.m.
Wow.
So you're energized, you're sleeping all day.
Yeah.
And some of the clubs is inside where you don't even know that you're just having so much fun. When I went out one night, Sierra left me. She's like, I'm going to sleep. I was still partying, having a time. I went outside, the sun was out.
Wow, I love that.
I was like,
I love that.
Oh my God.
I think every black person should definitely experience a trip to Africa.
Yeah, just in general, wherever you want to go, just go to Africa. Because I think for people just growing up, they have this like, oh, Africa is this and is that, and is every place where you go to has their, you know, their poor areas and stuff like that. But it's like
even here in America,
yeah,
in New York.
At the end of the day, I tell you, get it back to your roots. Like it's just like I feel like everyone should at least once. Mm-hmm. Wherever it is in Africa, just go. I think they will truly enjoy it.
I went to Senegal for the first time. Ooh. It was in 2018, and we were out there for like 2 weeks, and I literally had the time of my life. Like,
yeah, I want to go everywhere. Like, I've been to Ghana. I want to go to Nigeria.
Same.
You know, so we're talking about South Africa. I want to go to Kenya. Like, I want to go everywhere.
It's so big.
It's so big. Like, you know, I'm gonna just try each and every day. You know, each and every month, see what we can do. But yeah, Africa's amazing.
Okay, so with all of your travels, have you ever like had any type of romantic experience, like a boyfriend on a trip, or like?
Okay. When I was in Ghana, I had a little boo. And he was treating me like I was a quit. Listen, you go to Ghana, you'll find your husband.
Listen, I need to go.
They will want to marry you that day. Like they are so like.
So what happened? Why didn't you get married, sis?
Cause he's in Ghana.
He's like,
I met this man. He's amazing. He just was picking me up, taking me my friends to every party. We went on a date, nice restaurant, take me out all the time. Like, it was a good boyfriend in Ghana. Yeah. Like, it was so great. Like, I felt like if I lived in Ghana, he'd be my boyfriend, literally. Mm-hmm. But let's be real, I'm in America. You're in Ghana, it's not gonna work. Yeah. But if I'm single, that's my Ghana team. Yeah. Like, he literally kept saying, are you coming to Ghana this December? I'll pick up from the airport.
Yes. So y'all still stay in touch?
We still stay in touch, like that. You know, when I was in a relationship, he backed off. He was, you know, but now that I'm back single, he's like,
and he ain't married yet.
No, I'll pick you up. And I said, pick me up.
Period.
And then I had another little team in Panama. Ooh. I went to Panama for my best friend's birthday, and it was this guy that was like working in the little resort. He was fun.
Yeah.
We had a little cute thing. We was hanging out a lot. It was cute. Other than that, though, like, no, I've had.
But that's cute. That's all you really need.
Yeah, like, it's a cute thing to like.
Only handful
for a few. This is not giving husband. It's not giving love for life. Like, but, you know. But in the moment, that was cute. But other than that, I don't really meet men a lot when I travel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah. I haven't experienced that. I did travel. My first travel solo trip, and I was in London and. Yeah, I met guys, but nothing like romantic. Yeah. You know?
I feel that. I want to go to London too. That's on my list.
I'm surprised you haven't been. You've been everywhere, girl.
Girl, like Europe was something that I was like putting off on because I always feel like I like to be on islands and beaches. Mm-hmm. So I'm not really into like.
It's cold.
Like I don't want to be nowhere cold, rainy. I need to be on the beach.
It's giving New York.
You know, but I did Paris this year for the first time for my birthday and I liked it. So I do want to go back. Like I want to try London. I heard the men out there looking delicious.
They got them African men out there.
Listen, I didn't go out there. My man might be here, you know.
How was Paris? I heard so many.
Paris was good. I was very like on the fence with it because I had so many reviews like the food is horrible and and I'm just like, oh god. But I'm a really foodie, so I made sure the restaurants I picked, I was like researching and like I ate good there. Okay, I don't know what nobody else talking about. The food was good to me, and then I was going to a lot of like parties with black people, and I had a time.
Yes.
So I'm like, you just gotta do your research a little bit. Just ask for where the black people hang out at. Mm-hmm. Like that's what I was looking for, and I had a great. I met a friend out there as a guy. He's like a events person. He does a lot of parties in Paris.
So you was at the right.
So
part.
I linked up with him, and he was telling me, pull up here, pull me in. I was in this section, like great guy, great guy. Were you there? I was in Paris for. I want to say, was it 4 days? I think 4 days. Okay. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I want to go back. I went when it was kind of chilly. I went in February. Okay. So I said I want to go back in the summer and see how it is.
Nice.
Yeah.
What would you say would be the ideal vacation situation for like a single girl like me, where I'm like having fun, turning up, I'm eating good, or you know, I might find me a little ting. You know?
I think. Ooh, that's a good question. For a solo travel,
It don't have to be solo. You know?
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I love Mexico. I love
I do too.
Mexico.
Not even low key.
Like high key. And like, Mexico is so big. You know? Like, it's not just Cancun. And like, it's a lot of different cities. So I always tell everyone, like, even if it's someone that's like their first time traveling, I say go to Mexico. Yeah. Like, whether, and you know, there's so many cities that I experienced. I loved, like, I love Cabo. Because Cabo has two sides. They have the luxury side where it's very relaxing and cute, and then they have the turn up side. Yeah. You know, so depending on where you want to stay and what the atmosphere is, I would say Cabo. I would say Mexico City is really cute. You know,
I've heard so much about Mexico City.
Mexico City is like, you just have like just a lot of good eats and good drinks. Like
Mexico, I've had when I've only been to Tulum. Okay. And food bomb.
The food is so
all I need is tacos.
I'm telling you, the food is good. I also like Oaxaca. Oaxaca. It's like where all the mezcal is and stuff like that. So that was really cute. That was a cute town. I love that too. Just love Mexico. I would say Mexico, honestly.
What are your thoughts on all inclusive like resorts?
I don't like them. Baby, I know people love them. I'm not the all inclusive girl. Yeah. I like to explore. I feel like with all inclusive, you're kind of like just stay in the resort the whole time. That's not fun. Yeah. Like I want to experience wherever I'm at, you know. And then when all inclusive, like the drinks don't be drinking. No. The food don't be that great. Like
it's like you have all 10 drinks and you like, I'm not lit.
Spending money. Like I'm not lit. Go explore the restaurants in that country. Yeah. And it's cheaper. Yeah. When you're at a local spot, you just I don't like them. Can't say much about them.
Period. Yeah. Have you ever done one though?
No, I've been to all-inclusive resort. I think maybe twice. Okay, and it's just like y'all. Can we go to the restaurant and actually get a real cocktail? You know, so it is what it is. Yeah.
No, I feel the same way. I've done a couple of all-inclusives with like big trips, and I guess it was beneficial for that because
I feel like when there's big trips, I get it. Yeah. But then just get a villa. That part. Like get a villa, get a chef.
I love that. I love that.
Like get a villa, get a chef, y'all, and then still explore when y'all want to.
Yeah, and I've done that before too. Yeah. I guess it just depends on who you traveling with.
It all depends on that too. Like but for me, when I have like a group, I like to get a villa with our own pool, own privacy, and then I get a chef, but not every night. I just get a chef for the first night and the first morning. So the first night, you be tired. Just have the chef cook dinner for y'all. Period. And then when you wake up, have the chef cook breakfast.
I love that.
And then after that, then you explore and go on restaurants. That's how I like to plan my trips. So that's a good tip for y'all.
I love that. I need to experience my old destination.
Yeah, we need to go on a girls trip. So we keep talking about that. So it's coming. It's coming.
It's brewing.
Period.
So Destiny, I mean, I know everybody wants to know, what is the dating situation? What is it giving? Are you in a relationship?
No, I'm back to being single. Okay. I'm single, baby. So shot. But honestly, I thought I was gonna have a cute summer where I had a cute little ting and just really have fun this summer. Nothing serious, no pressure. I just wanted to really just like someone, go on multiple dates, maybe travel and experience summer with someone. But baby, that didn't happen this summer. It's been zero. I don't have a roster. I don't have zero niggas. I can't tell you. I don't. I recently went on one date last week. But
was it
a good date? Okay, it made me excited, because I haven't been on dates since literally my ex, so I was excited to go out, get dressed, and just have male company, and just talk about it. And it was really great. It got me excited. Okay, I want more of this, But prior to that, this whole summer, I've been honestly going on dates with my girls. And it's fine. I was talking to my best friend about it. Maybe this is my time to just focus on me. There's been other aspects in my life where everything's going great. Yes. But I'm a lover girl. So it's just what's going on? I don't know. I feel like dating right now, the men just are not approaching women.
Listen,
they're just there.
And are you the type that's gonna shoot your shot?
No, I've done it a few times. Yeah. But I feel when I've shot my shot, men don't try as much. I feel when a woman shoots her shot, it's he don't have to try as much. It's just you came to me, so I'm gonna just move on my own time. But I feel when a man approaches a woman, it's I'm pursuing you, I want you, so they're gonna try harder. So I'm not shooting my shot no more. Yeah. I'm not chasing no man. I want you to approach me, but I feel like lately in New York, I don't know where else in y'all where y'all live, the men do not approach to just stare at you.
I heard it's just like all.
But like, I've been hearing this all over.
Yeah,
like they're just not
and
approaching.
Even, I've noticed like, okay, now I'm giving eye contact, so like, what's up? And then it's like,
it's still nothing. Like you don't want to give me a drink. You don't want to say hi. You don't want to. Okay, so it's still very non-existent right now at this point. Like there's no follow-up dates right now.
I really think it's a tough time for men right now. Honestly,
yeah.
I feel like they're in a really complicated space because women are out doing them. Like women are making more money than them. They're more successful than them. And it's just like it was a time where women couldn't do anything without the men. You know, like you couldn't buy a home without them. You couldn't get a car without them. You know, so it's just kind of like
everyone's so self-sufficient now. Everyone is independent, getting to the bag.
And they're really lost at like, where do I fit in? You know?
I could see that. And it's just like also too, talking about that, I just feel like what I got from like men not approaching women, I made a whole TikTok about it because I'm just like, I'm trying to figure out, I want to get men's point of view. Right. A lot of men were just like, women can be really rude, you know? Or like, especially in New York women, they were saying, like, you know, New York, like, you know, you don't want to get embarrassed if you shoot your shot and the girl just does the most. Or like, you might try to like, you know, tap a girl just to get her attention, and now she's making a big thing where it's just like sexual harassment, you know. And I can get what the men were saying. So it was just like a man was in the comments and was just like, so now it's just like you might see a good girl that looks good and you're interested, but you know I'm just gonna admire from afar because it's just like I don't want to. But it's like you're not the man for me.
Exactly.
It's
scary.
Like why are y'all scared?
It's given like thank you for being in tune with your feelings. You know, thank you for.
But it's like approach.
But also like. Be a man. Like, so what if you get turned down? Like, niggas get turned on every day. Women get turned on.
Like, I feel like now they're more like, they're really scared.
Yeah, so it's just like, why are you scared?
But it's just like, if you're scared, you're not coaching women. all of us gonna be single at this point. Because I'm not approaching a man, I'm sorry, I'm not shooting my shot. Like, there's just gonna be some staring individuals.
I see you see me. Maybe I'll
like that meme, that Diddy meme. We just gonna be looking at each other's party, cause what?
Period. Like, what are we
doing?
I don't think I've ever like shot, like shooting my shot.
Yeah.
But like, I'm at the point where I'm like, maybe I need to. But that like what you said, like a lot of women is like, Ryan, no, like it's not worth it, cause. Then he's gonna be.
Then you feel like you're gonna have to do more, and I don't want to do more.
No.
So it's weird. It's weird. Like, but I've done like things in the DMs, like you know that little meme, which is like I'll do that. I'll do a little basketball and it's a guy's DM.
Oh, cute.
And then you can move on from there. So I'll do that. I'll probably still do that. Like if I like someone, I'm gonna send a little gift and.
I love that.
And that's it. Then you can do more. It's just like super simple.
Yeah.
I'm here. Hi.
Yeah, I like that. I might have to try that. Little giffy gift. Okay, so outside of dating, I mean, it seems like career-wise, everything's going well. You have your community, you have your tribe, you have your girls, you know, you have your businesses. But when do you feel most fulfilled?
That's a good question. I think I feel most fulfilled when I'm financially good in life.
Period. That part.
Like, I think that'll always make me happy. Like, I hate stressing of like, oh my God, rent's due, you know, not having a solid savings account. Now that I have like a financial advisory, I'm getting there. I want to be able to go out with my girls and be like, you know what, the bill's on me. Like, you know what I'm saying? That part. I want to be able to, when it's someone's birthday, like, I get you a really good gift. Like, and that's my goal for myself, you know, going in my, you know, I'm 32, I'm still early 30s, but I feel like I'm getting there, but I'm not there yet. Like, there's moments where I'm happy, but I'm not, like, content.
Yeah, same.
I feel like I'll be most fulfilled when I'm financially good. I got a good savings account. I'm getting partnerships where it's like budgets, you know. I could just pay rent in advance and not think about it. I want my bills, all of them be automated. Just take my look.
I love that.
Like, you know, that's what I want to really be financially good.
Yeah.
Because I know that when I am financially good and I'm paying bills one time, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what?
No worries.
I got no worries. Okay, you know, a nigga might piss me off, but it's okay. I was paid.
Yeah.
Like, that's when I feel like I'm doing good in life.
And you're not putting too much pressure on yourself though, because you know you are entrepreneur. You know, you have your own businesses, and it's just like a lot of times starting out, people get loans and things like that. You know, when they're starting their businesses, or they'll get like, you know, a loan from their family or somebody to invest. You know, so it's just kind of like, I feel you.
It's just hard when you don't have that. That's why you don't have the luxury of going to their family for help. I do not. Like I'm the oldest child, so I'm the child that like when I really like get up to where I want to go to my family, my mom and dad, and be like, I'm gonna pay off your bills, or I want to pay your rent. Like that's what I want to do for my family. You know, so that's the goal. Yeah, that's when I'll be fulfilled. Man.
I know it's coming because you already said like, listen, you had the idea, you started your travel consulting business that week, like you saw it.
So the money thing I'm struggling with, I'm not gonna hold you. It's so hard to save money for me.
But you got to think about it. That's when you have your own. You work for yourself. You know, you do or constantly on the move with your traveling. So it's like it's kind of hard to save when you're doing that.
Because like I have to travel to create content. You know, exactly. It's very hard.
And you live in the most expensive, like one of the most expensive cities.
And rent here, please.
So
at this point, give me a sugar daddy.
And then on top of that, like you are a single woman. Yes. You know, like, and it goes back to what we were saying about, you know, like tribe and community and partnership. Because it's just like if you, at least for me, I think like if you have a partner, if I have a partner, a lot of shit that I'm struggling with will be a lot easier because it's like we can do this together. You know, and it's just not all on me to cover everything.
My goal for myself is I want to marry a man and I don't want to pay for nothing.
Period.
That's just what it is. I don't want to pay for nothing, baby. I'll do some little things. I want to be spoiled. You know, I've been independent my whole life.
Listen. Okay. And we can, I feel like we can blame Destiny's Child for that. Like,
because they clean.
Yeah, like Miss Independent Woman. Like, that's what they was pushing out. That's what they was pushing out our road. And we was like, yes, we gonna be independent.
Girl, every time I don't need a man. I need a man.
Throw your hands up.
I need a man. Okay? I need a man, baby. Come spoil me. I'm tired.
We need you.
We need y'all. We need y'all.
All right. Yeah, so with all of that, like, do you feel like you found your purpose, or like, are you working towards that, or?
I think I have. Okay. I think travel for me is it.
Yeah.
Because one thing, travel is never gonna die out. Everyone's always traveling. Everyone always needs help with planning trips. Like, I see it really getting bigger. Yeah. Like I follow a lot of travel bloggers who are huge. You know, and unfortunately, most of them are Caucasian, but they inspire me. Like, it's beautiful places. I want to have a videographer with me when I travel. I want to have a photographer that I'm paying on my trips. Like, you got a room, I'm paying for your flights, you're coming with me, and you're creating the content. I want drones. Yeah. Like, that's what I see for myself. I want to partner with big companies like more airlines. Yeah. I want to partner with Expedia. I don't know, travel company on an episode or something. Like, I just think big for travel, and I just want to do it all. So.
Yeah. And I mean, like, on the outside, just looking at all that you've accomplished, like, I don't think anybody wouldn't even know. Like, it seemed like you already doing all those things.
Yeah, it's hard. I be struggling still.
Making it happen.
Being an influencer, like, some girls are great and they're getting paid stacks and they're living, and it's like, yeah, I'm an influencer, but it's hard to negotiate rates and like still get paid your worth. You know, some brands, just being a black creator and a black person, like, you will realize how much they lowball us. Like,
you wouldn't even know.
You wouldn't know. Like, I have Caucasian content creator friends where I'm getting insight. Baby, they're getting paid 3 times more than us.
And I'm happy that they're sharing that.
But it's like, and it's like no shade, but their content be very basic.
It's not this, cause it's just like being a person of color, being a black person, you always gotta do the more.
So I just feel like our content is so great. And to get the offers that we get sometimes, it's just like, wow.
It's like, y'all purposely just trying to keep me here.
Yeah, so now that I know that it's like, no, it's money in this. Like, I'm always going to tax up. Yeah. And that's going to be that.
You have to. Yeah. So with that, like, have you found yourself, like, setting boundaries and, like, saying no to more things?
I've said no to a lot of things now. Like, brands hit me up all the time, but it's like, if you don't have a budget, I don't want to give you. I'm tired of the giftings. Like, certain gifts I want. Don't get me wrong. If it's like some shoes, some bags, give it to me. Thank you. You know. But then other than that, like brands will hit you up wanting you to create a TikTok, wanting you to create a reel for free because they're just giving you products.
No.
I don't want that. Like I want to get paid. So I've been saying no to a lot of things lately because it's just like they say they don't have a budget. They might be lying. They probably just want to give you that budget. But I've been saying no to a lot. But now I got some new management that help me with get bigger opportunities, bigger budgets.
How is that working out?
It just started. So it hasn't really happened yet. Yeah. But I'm praying that I can, get bigger opportunities with bigger budgets. We'll see.
It
will.
Know.
Yeah.
It will. Well, please leave us with, a final statement, a quote. It could be something to your younger self. Or just something that you think the girls need to hear right now,
I think it's something that I'm going to say, it's tatted on me, but I feel like it just resonates with me every time I'm a go-getter. It's a quote, you probably heard it, but I always say, be who you are, say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind.
Period. I love that.
Go for yourself, pitch to a brand. You want to work with a brand, pitch yourself. Don't wait for people to come to you and get these opportunities. Sometimes you got to go and reach for these opportunities, and I do that all the time, and you'll see in tenfold like how much opportunities come back to you. I'm big on just rooting for yourself and putting yourself out there. Like you have to. Yeah. And I'm big on right now just like what you put in is what you give back. Yes, exactly. So if you give it 70, you only gonna get 70. If you give it 100, you gonna see that come back. Like you'll be like, wow, okay, God is good. So yeah, that's my little last statement. I love that. Well, thank you so much, Destiny. Thanks for having me. Yes, I love this. This was great. This was awesome. Let the people know where they can follow you, how to stay in touch, and if they should be on the lookout for anything special you got in the works. Okay. So my name across all boards I think is the same. Literally is Ohwusu_. So OHWAWA_. Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok is the same thing. That's where you'll find me. I'm very active on social media. She's active. Yes. And what was the last thing? Sorry. If you have anything in the works. Oh, I just got an opportunity. I can't say that right now, but I'm getting a lot of hosting opportunities where I have to talk on the mic. I hate that. I'm so shy. What about this? This is fun. This is fun. Okay. I'm with you, but it's like when it's an audience, I'm like, baby, what? So I have something coming up next month, so you guys will hear that, we'll see, but yes, just stay tuned. Yes, is it going to be here in New York City? It's going to be in New York. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be in New York. So I can't wait. Special. Well, thank you again for this great sharing your time and your insight. We need it, and thank you again to our listeners for tuning in. Tune in, subscribe. Yes, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We're dropping new episodes every week, every Wednesday, so make sure you tune in on Wednesday mornings for our latest episodes. Until next time, see ya.